Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Y'all, like, it's February. Happy New Year. This kind of played out, huh? I've been vlogging because I don't have like OG footage, but I had every intention of posting this video. So I started vlogging like 2 weeks ago. So the intention was there. The execution, not so much. How my new year started. First week, I didn't go to the gym at all. After that first week, I was like, okay, I gotta get myself together, get back in the gym because I can't just be sitting around. So I give you I'm so bloated, like my face is bloated, like I feel like a puffer fish. But first workout of the year, let's get it in. Today's day 3 in the gym and I wasn't feeling it on Monday. Yesterday I was pretty cool. Today I'm actually ready to go. But all this week has gone by so slow too. All this week I've gone to the gym in the evening or at night, which is rare for me. I always go first thing in the morning, but the Lord has had other plans for me this week. We grinding, sis. We're excited today. So yes, been back in the gym. Like I said, I only took a week off, but that week can turn into more weeks if you let it, babe. So just do what you gotta do. Just get in the gym if that's what you're trying to do. Just make an executive decision to go. Literally that whole first week that I went back, I didn't even go at my normal time. I just didn't feel like it. But I was like, I'm not gonna let this stop me from going completely. So I just went at night. That whole week, I felt like I just looked a mess. Like I said, I need my hair done, but that's just like, I just don't feel like it. But I did at least take care of my nails and my toes and my brows, and I feel so much better. I'm going to get my eyebrows done. Finally, they have an opening for one of the girls that threads there because the girl that threaded my eyebrows, she doesn't work there anymore. So, and I'm pretty sure the girl that's threading my eyebrows is the owner. So hopefully she does a good job. I like a slight arch, but last time I asked the girl to take a little bit more of my tail off so my eye can be more like, you know, so I'm going to try to keep that same vibe. I might take a little bit more of my tail off. Not too much to where I have to fill it in because I don't want to have to do all that. Oh yeah, I have an appointment with she and Anna at 10:30. I want to actually, because I was saying before that I wanted to do more of my tail off. And I think she did it about the same as the last time, but I definitely want to get a little bit more of it off. I feel like it just makes you look snatched. Like I want to take like, I don't know if y'all can see, but I don't know. I think we'll have to see though when I go back. But yeah, I have some things to do today. We haven't really been doing much here because it's been snowing. And I know y'all are probably thinking like, girl, it do not really be snowing where you live, which it doesn't. And it doesn't snow every year by any means. It was literally like 80 degrees on Christmas, but it finally snowed. It snowed last week and it snowed last night. So we've just kind of been stuck in the house, and we didn't even get that much snow. But the thing about it is, if you live somewhere where it doesn't snow often, nobody is prepared for it. So we don't have people working overtime to get snow off the roads. Basically, you're just stuck with it until it melts, and typically it'll snow and then it'll turn to ice. So literally last week, it probably snowed like 2 inches, but school was canceled for the whole week. Like last week, I ended up going to the grocery store because my mama was like, you need to go to the grocery store because there's no groceries in the grocery store right now. Blah, blah, blah. Because everybody was preparing to be shut in the house and not be able to go anywhere. So, I mean, I got to the grocery store anyways, but I went and picked up a couple necessities just in case it was a big deal, like Mom was saying. And yeah, so we haven't really been doing much because the road's been icy and stuff like that. Everything's been closed, like restaurants have been closed. Yeah, it's a big deal here. I know y'all are probably like, y'all are so ridiculous, which in a sense, like I said, it does seem a bit ridiculous, but also at the same time, it's just because we're not equipped. Like literally our driveway, we don't even have like stuff to get snow off of the driveway and stuff. Like what? We don't get snow here. But yeah, whatever. I'm gonna continue getting ready. So yeah. What do I want to do? Lashes?
Is that you?
Bottles on me, long as someone drink it. Never drop the ball. Fuck it, y'all thinking. I shouldn't have drove. Tell me how I'm getting home.
Okay, so I had a couple packages that I need to open, and y'all saw I got a few books. Of course, I've taken recommendations from Book Talk on TikTok. A lot of people always are recommending, well, I'm on Book Talk, so a lot of people are always recommending books. And typically, I'm definitely into romance and stuff like that, so a lot of people were saying that they were good books. They had good ratings and stuff on Amazon. I got them all from Amazon. So I'm excited to see what these are about. Oh, and if you have any book recommendations, then feel free to leave them below. Right now, I'm just updating my media kit. You don't necessarily need one of these by any means. You can just tell somebody. Typically, they'll just ask your rate whenever companies or brands are emailing you. But this can look a bit more professional. You can make your own, like on Illustrator or something like that, or you can just purchase one off of Etsy. Just really simple. Just describes like what type of content you make, a little bit about yourself, and then of course you'll put like your demographics and stuff like that on here. I like to put brands that I've worked with, and then of course you're gonna put your rate. Okay, so when it comes to you getting paid, and like I'm not going too deep into it right now, I'm just giving y'all like bits and pieces of how getting paid works for collaborations and stuff. So yeah, the main tips is ask for more than what you think, because typically if they're reaching out, they have it in their budget, or if they don't have it in their budget, don't be scared and just like, unless that's what you want to do. Me personally, I've had certain brands reach out to me, but if they're not trying to pay me what I want to get paid and they're asking for all of this work, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. You know, sometimes you might take things just because you're excited, especially if you're starting out, and that's cool too. But if it's work for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're a big name, if you're not trying to pay me what I feel like I deserve, especially for what all you're asking for, then I'm not interested. Because typically I just do a YouTube integration and that's pretty much it for me. Of course there's like whitelisted content, but then some people will be wanting 5-minute integrations with 7 Instagram stories and all this, and they be wanting to pay you bottom of the barrel. No, absolutely not. I will respectfully decline. And then 2, of course, I just like to work with brands that I feel like are authentic to me and my channel. And I work pretty hard on like my sponsored content. Typically, I mean, people are reaching out months in advance or like the month before they want it, kinda. And whenever I'm doing sponsored content, I'm always like, I literally always make a super long note. I'll give y'all an example of how I'm going to lay out the sponsor post. You don't have to do this, but I really like for my sponsored content to flow really naturally and be very integrated. Like, I don't necessarily like to pop up on my channel and be like, hey, so this video is sponsored. You know, like, that's cool if that's what you like to do, but I really like for it to just flow. I just feel it makes me feel a lot better. So I'm not gonna get all into that right now, but say for example, like how I will plan out my content if it's like sponsored. And I also feel like brands notice that type of stuff and they'll reach out to you. So that's important. Like, you just want to know that if any brand is like seeing you talk about another brand, that they're like, wow, she did a really good job doing that. You know, they're more likely to want to work with you and want to pay you what you're asking for and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just what I'm doing right now. This, and then like I said, I responded to quite a few emails. But yeah, I think it's important to ask for what you think you deserve. Of course, I don't want to like get into what I'm getting paid specifically. I'm just trying to give y'all a little bit of tips on how to go about getting paid when you're starting out. Of course, when I first started, I would just Google like what I should be getting paid around about and add tax, lots of tax to whatever they're saying, because these big brands are reaching out, and you know, if they want to work with you and they're serious, then they'll work with you, or they'll like counter something different. But honestly, being real with y'all, the higher you ask, the better. Just for example, okay, say you're posting, a brand reaches out to you, they want you to do 2-minute integration. Say you want to get paid $5,000. Of course, this depends on your following and all that stuff. But say you want to get paid $5,000, like that's what you would really like to get paid. You don't want to ask the brand. You don't want to tell them your rate is $5,000, because probably either they will pay you the $5,000 or they're gonna counter with something lower. So you want to say like, oh, $7,500, and then maybe they'll counter with something even higher. They might counter with like $6,000, and you'll be getting paid more than what you even originally wanted to get paid. Sometimes they might just be like, oh, we don't have that in our budget, and then if you want to counter with something a little bit lower, then that's possible. Typically, if a brand is reaching out to me, I may give them my rate if they ask for it immediately, but sometimes I'll also just ask them like, what's their budget for this project, and then they'll throw out a number, and if it's like way below what I would ever accept, then I'm like, thank you, no, or I tell them like what I'm willing to accept or what my rate is. But it's nice to let the brand throw out a number first so you can see what their head is, because sometimes they might tell you something way more than what you even expected. It's important to note exclusivity and note usage rights and stuff like that. Exclusivity will cost more. Typically, a brand will ask, depending on the season it is. Say, for example, if I'm doing Vlogmas, for when I'm posting more videos and more brands are reaching out to me, say if Dove reached out to me, they might ask for 90 days of exclusivity where I don't work with any other brand that's similar to Dove. So say, I don't know, what's another, like Dial, I don't know, another body wash soap brand. But right now it's Vlogmas, a lot of brands are reaching out to me. I'm posting a lot more content. If you want that exclusivity for 90 days, you can be stopping another bag for 3 whole months. Pay up. Also, usage rights, that is like another thing that will really take your rate to a whole nother level, like thousands of dollars, because that means that they can basically take your content and use it anywhere they would like on their websites, in their own videos, whatever. So your content is being reduced, reused, recycled, babe. You need to be getting paid for that. Make sure you're aware of that, because sometimes they'll just put usage and rights in the contract and they're only paying you however much, but you only charge them for just the content on your own platforms. Because sometimes brands will slide in, or I won't say they will slide it in. If you know, you'll notice it, but if you don't know, then they're getting it without having to pay for it. Because I've had several times where people will add usage and exclusivity into my contracts and I didn't give them my rate for that. I just gave them my rate for posts that are going to be on my own platform, like my own YouTube channel, and I'll notice it in the contract and I'll be like, oh, I noticed that you want usage rights. So I'll then tell them my rate for that and they'll be like, oh, we're not interested in usage rights. Well, why did you have it in the contract? So you were interested in usage rights, but you were interested in not having to pay for them, because paying for rights and usage makes your rate go up, babe. So either they'll want to pay for it or they'll be like, damn, she's not stupid, and then they'll be like, oh, so sorry, let me take that out of the contract. I don't know how that got there. Also, just note how long your content is. Like if a brand reaches out to me for a YouTube video, if I'm doing a 3-minute integration versus a 60-second integration, that's also going to be a totally different amount of pay. There's just so many things that come into how much more you can be getting paid. So just be aware of those things. If you're doing YouTube video on top of Instagram posts, on top of Instagram story, on top of Instagram, just you need to charge people for all those different things that you're doing. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. Like I said, I'm literally editing my rate card right now, so I just wanted to speak on it just a little bit. I could go into a little more detail, but yeah, this is just quick tea on how you should be charging brands for sponsored content. This is just things I've learned on my own, and y'all know I'm not the biggest creator out there, but obviously I've been doing this for a bit, so I have I know just a little bit, probably scratching the surface. I probably could be doing a lot better if I had management, which is why sometimes I'm like really into it, but they're gonna have to come at me and let me know that they can really be doing more for me than I can do for myself. But honestly, I'd probably get a management team and then they'd be like telling me the bag I could get, and I'd be like, what? I should have been signed with y'all. But yeah, definitely don't discount TikTok or Instagram. This can go for anything, not just YouTube. So anyways, okay, I'm tired of talking. I've been talking to OD. Let me just continue about my day. Hopefully this helps a little bit. Okay, you ready?
Yep. What is that? Are you cold?
So what's the word?
Two.
So use the word in a sentence.
Are you your camera too?
Well, that's a different two. That's TOO. So let's say we would say, I want to go to the grocery store. Something like that. So
I want to go to Big Air.
okay.
Look at me cook.
You can cook.
No, I'm just saying that. They did not want to see the king so sad. Oh no. The gifts
Were
nice, but but did not make him smile.